¿Cuántos de ustedes escuchan música todos los días? Nada más tú. ¿Y acá? Muchos. Allá, todos. Hace apenas un siglo, si queríamos escuchar música, teníamos que aprender a tocar un instrumento musical. No había otra manera de escuchar nuestra música favorita en casa. Después, la música se grabó y teníamos grandes aparatos reproductores de sonido en nuestra casa. Y ahora la manera de escuchar música es a través de un pequeño audífono que nos aísla de todos y que ha provocado que la calidad musical también sea pequeñita. Y para reflexionar sobre este tema, cuya ponente ha denominado la TikTokificación de la música, le damos la bienvenida a Amida Grego. Un aplauso para ella, por favor.
What if I were to tell you we're no longer listening to music, we're scrolling through it? Now, this might sound crazy, but when was the last time you added a song to your playlist that wasn't TikTok famous? Music exists in all of our day-to-day lives, whether you put on the radio, you're blasting music in your headphones, or even just entering a restaurant. It's something that's always there. Now, the other day, I was at a cafe where I heard a song that I swore I knew. I recognized it immediately, and yet I couldn't have told you the name of it. Now, you might hear my story and think, so what? You didn't recognize the song. What's the importance of this? Well, the next day, I was scrolling on TikTok when I realized I had heard the song. In fact, I had heard it maybe over 100 different times in separate videos. And that's when I realized we're no longer listening to music. We're scrolling through it. And we're no longer listening to it the same way that we did before. Now, this is not only changing what music is, but also how we, as humans, connect to it. In a pre-TikTok world, most songs would be structured verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. Your average scheme. Nowadays, every song is structured chorus, verse, chorus, verse, and repeat until the very end. Now, what does this mean? This means that we're listening to the same song, just in a different font, same structure. Artists have started making music no longer for themselves, but for the algorithm to push out to more people. Music is losing its story and its soul. Artists once used music as a way to express their bold emotions and their raw truths. Nowadays, they're just using it as a way to get famous. Artists have started losing their authenticity. And everything is being slowly engineered to become whatever is more trendy or popular at the moment. See, the Queen song that I played for you just now still holds up decades later. But a TikTok hit, it's outdated in months, weeks, sometimes days. Artists have even spoken out, saying that they no longer believe that they're expressing their own emotions, their own feelings, their own stories as much as in the past, claiming that they're writing what, in reality, we as consumers want to hear, what the TikTok algorithm wants to hear. TikTok has inevitably turned music and songs into content, and artists into their marketers. We can see the effects of TikTok done by a study in the University of California that found out that pop songs have become lyrically simpler over the past decade. We see often a repetition in hooks and catchy phrases. Where can we see this? TikTok hits. Every single song has that 15-second snippet that's designed to go viral. Music has begun to lose its authenticity, and the stories that we used to care about so much have started to become a thing of the past. This need and craving for dopamine is not only affecting us, though. It's affecting a generation. Professor Gloria Mark at the University of California found out that the average attention span has decreased from 2 minutes and 30 seconds to just 47 seconds in 2020. Now, this means that we involuntarily lose focus around a minimum of 74, 76 times every hour. Now, I'm gonna do a little experiment with you guys. I'm gonna put a timer on for 47 seconds. And once this timer is done, I'm gonna ask how many of you are still paying attention to my talk. All right? Timer is on. Now, This means that we're involuntarily losing focus in everything, and we're slowly getting bored of friends, our phones, classes. We start to lose attention on these certain subjects, because if it doesn't entertain us, then we move on right away to the next thing that hopefully will. This need for dopamine has also meant that we have dialed down on our inner creativity. We crave that safety and sameness because it's made to make you more attractive, whether that be in friendships or romance. We follow what, in the end, will hopefully give us the most amount of likes or the dopamine that we so crave. That was 47 seconds. How many of you are still listening to my talk? Congratulations, you have beaten most students at the University of California. We as consumers have to start to understand that popular music is no longer being written to tell stories. Instead, it's made to feed an algorithm that monetizes off of our short attention spans. This market of music is so oversaturated with mediocre TikTok songs that we're no longer focusing on whether a song is good or bad. We just blindly go along with everybody else, agreeing on yes or no. This forces artists to shape their music and their songs, and so they're worried about the small 15-second clip that they hope TikTok girlies will in the end pick up on and make a huge trend, instead of the full story. We need to break free or at least combat the algorithm. But how can we do this? Well, how about listening to an artist or an album or a genre that you shunned even before giving it a try? Opening up and listening to these new music can help you understand the world around you, maybe enhance your creativity, or maybe just find a new song that you'll enjoy. How about listening to a full album? It's been a while since a lot of us have done that, right? That way you can appreciate your artist's intent and artistic vision way more than usual. But this is more than about music. If we can find ways to reclaim our individual taste, maybe we can find ways to reclaim our attention spans, and in that, reclaim control over our lives. So here's my challenge to you. Listen to a new song today. Put down your phone, go for a walk, talk to your friends. Listen and pay attention to the world around you. Because these decisions may seem small, but the future of music and the future of the world depends on them. Thank you.